laissez-faire or market economy, where the role of the government is minimum and market determines the economic activities. First, we know the meaning of capitalism. So, capitalism is nothing but there is minimum or no government involvement in this economy, and individuals can act independently in capitalistic economy. And second point is Adam Smith is also called the father of capitalism, and we also know that he is also a father of economics. Capitalist economy is also named as a free economy, laissez-faire economy or market economy. Here we should see the meaning of free economy and laissez-faire economy. Free economy. Free economy means the producer have freedom to set the price of goods and services. In this economy, private ownership play a great role. In short, the free economy is nothing but individual was free apart from the rules of the government. Laissez-faire. The term derived from Latin word, which means the role of the government is minimum in the capitalistic economy. And capitalist economy is also termed as market economy. As second para, the means of production in a capitalist economy are privately owned. Manufacturers produce goods and services with profit motive. The private individual has the freedom to undertake any occupation and develop any skill. The USA, West Germany, Australia, and Japan are the best example for capitalist economies. However, they do undertake large social welfare measure to safeguard the downtrodden people from the market forces. Here, the means refers to resources. These resources are controlled by private individual in a capitalistic economy. Profit is the main motive in the capitalist economy. Private ownership play a great role in capitalistic economy. So the private individual has the freedom to undertake any occupation and to develop the skills and knowledge in the particular occupation. So they can be act independently in this economy. USA, West Germany, Australia, Japan provide an excellent example of capitalist economy. This capitalist economy, they safeguard the downtrodden people from the market forces. First, we know the meaning of market forces and downtrodden people. The market forces is nothing but there are two market forces. One is demand and the other is supply. These two market forces determine the price of goods and services. Okay girls, you understand that what is market forces? It's nothing but there are two market forces. One is demand and another one is supply. These two market forces determine the price of goods and services. This is called a market forces. Downtrodden people. The downtrodden is nothing but they not have any ability to do anything. That may be hopeless people. So they are called downtrodden people. So this capitalist economic provide a large social welfare measure to safeguard these type of people from these market forces. Let me tell you some interesting features of a capitalistic economic system. The features of capitalistic economic are: the first one is a private ownership of property and law of inheritance. The basic feature of capitalism is that all resources, namely land, capital, machines, mines, are owned by private individuals. The owner has the right to own, keep, sell, or use these resources according to his will. The property can be transferred to heir after death. Here in capitalistic economy, the private individual have the rights to own the resources like land, machines, capital, mines, etc. The owner who owns these resources can either keep, sell the resources or use for their own purpose. Let's see the meaning of heirs. And here is someone who has the right to inherit a person, money, property when that person dies. Let's imagine a private individual run the business. Suddenly the person dies. Now his property and money will be handed over legally to his or her child after the death of a person. This is the first feature of capitalistic economy. A second feature is freedom of choice and enterprise. Each individual is free to carry out any occupation or trade at any place and produce any commodity. Similarly, consumers are free to buy any commodity as per their choice. So in capitalistic economy, both the producers and consumers have the freedom to do what they want. Each individual is free to carry out any occupation or trade or business at any place, and they can produce any commodity. Here the consumers are given freedom to buy any commodity as per their choice. A third feature is profit motive. Profit is the driving force behind all economic activities in a capitalistic economy. Each individual and organization produce only those goods which ensure high profit. Advanced technology, division of labor, and specialization are followed. The golden rule for a producer under capitalism is to maximize profit. All the economic activities in a capitalistic economy are profit oriented. In capitalistic economy, all the individual and organization produce goods which give them high profit. Let's see the meaning of division of labor and specialization. Division of labor. It means a particular work may be split up the production process into separate tasks. This is called division of labor. Once again, girl, I repeat it. Division of labor means a particular work may be split up the production process into separate tasks. This is called division of labor. Specialization. Specialization means a particular person specialized in particular work. They have more skill and efficiency in that particular work. These processes are followed in capitalistic economy because the main motto of producer is to maximize the profit. The fourth feature of capitalistic economy is free competition. There is free competition in both product and factor market. The government or any authority cannot prevent firms from buying or selling in the market. There is competition between buyers and sellers. There is free competition in both product and factor market. Let's see the meaning of product and factor market. Product market means where the final goods are sold. Factor market involve 4 factors. They are land, labor, capital, and organization. These factors helpful for production process. The individual or an organization can take their own decisions in buying or selling the goods. The government or other central authority will not interfere. In capitalistic economy, a fifth feature of capitalistic economic is price mechanism. Price mechanism is the heart of any capitalistic economy. All economic activities are regulated through price mechanism, that is, market forces of demand and supply. In capitalistic economy, price mechanism play a vital role to determining prices in a capitalistic economy. In a capitalistic economy, the price of all the goods and services depend upon the demand and supply. Next feature is role of government. As the price mechanism regulates economic activity, the government has a limited role in a capitalistic economy. The government provides basic services such as defense, public health, education, etc. So the government role is very limited in capitalistic economy. The role of the government can be seen in the following areas like defense, public health, education, etc. The last feature in capitalistic economic is inequalities of income. A capitalist society is divided into two classes: haves, have-nots. Haves, that is, those who own property, and have-nots, who do not own property and work for their living. The outcome of this situation is that the rich become richer and poor become poorer. Here, economic inequality goes on increasing. A capitalistic society is divided into two classes. Number one is the people who have property. Number two, the people who don't have property. It creates imbalance between rich and poor. So, inequalities goes on increasing in capitalistic economy. Next topic is merits of capitalism. The first merit is automatic working. Without any government intervention, the economic works automatically. Second merit is efficient use of resources. All resources are put into optimum use. Here, optimum means maximum of scarce resources used in the best way. Third merit is incentive for hard work. Let's see the meaning of incentives. Incentive means encouragement. Incentive may be appreciation or in the form of money. In capitalistic economy, hard work is encouraged and entrepreneurs get more profit for more efficiency. Fourth merit is economic progress. Here, progress means development. Production and productivity level are very high in capitalistic economies. Let's see the meaning of productivity. Productivity refers to capability or efficiency of production. Here, production and productivity levels are very high in capitalistic economy. It leads to economic growth and development. Fifth merit is consumer sovereignty. Here, sovereignty refers rights or authority. All production activity are aimed at satisfying the consumer. Here, the consumer have rights to satisfy their entire needs. A sixth merit is higher rates of capital formation. Increase in saving and investment leads to higher rate of capital formation. To accumulate additional capital, a country needs to generate saving and investments. Thus, increasing saving and investment automatically leads to high rate of capital formation. Development of new technology. As profit is aimed at, producer invests on new technology and produce quality of goods. Profit is the main motive in capitalistic economy. So, producer invest in new technology to produce the quality of goods. So, they adapt advanced technology. Next topic is demerits of capitalism. Let's discuss the demerits one by one. The first demerits is concentration of wealth and income. Capitalism causes concentration of wealth and income in a few hands and thereby increases inequalities of income. In capitalistic economy, concentration of wealth and income are in few hands. Thus, it creates imbalance between rich and poor. This is the first demerits of capitalism. Second demerit is wastage of resources. Large amount of resources are wasted on competitive advertising and duplication of products in capitalistic economy. Third demerit is class struggle. Here, struggle refers to conflict between two classes or disagreement. Capitalism leads to class struggle as it divides the society into capitalists and workers. Capitalistic society divides the people into two classes. One is ruling class and another one is working class. So, capitalism leads to class conflict between these two classes. Fourth demerit is business cycle. Business cycle refers to trade or economic cycle. Free market system leads to frequent violent economic fluctuations and crises. Capitalism is non-uniform in manner. So, it leads to ups and downs in economic system. Here fluctuation means ups and downs. This is the critical situation faced by capitalistic economy. The last demerit in capitalistic economic is production of non-essential goods. First, we see the meaning of essential and non-essential goods. Essential goods are necessary to survive day-to-day life. Example, food, shelter, clothing, etc. Non-essential goods are not absolutely necessary for day-to-day life. Example, junk foods, etc. Even the harmful goods are produced if there is possibility to make profit in capitalistic economy. This is the final demerits in capitalistic economy.